against the society.
What do you mean, why he would?
Why he would rebel? Because the injustice of the society that was within Egyptian
You
society.
saying people don't realize why he rebelled? They be like, man, he could have been chilling with Pharaoh, living it up.
Well, they look like you have some people, some philosophers, I guess in a sense, you can call them in a sense, not necessarily. They say, well, they don't look at it from that stance. They look at it from, well, since he came out of Egypt, everything he was taught was Egypt. So everything that he did after that was nothing but an Egyptian copycat. You know what I'm saying? But if he was a revolutionary, they don't ever look at it from that aspect. Well, Moses was a revolutionary, and who was a representative in Egypt, but decided to rebel against the current government and started to liberate others. They don't look at it from that standpoint. You know what I'm saying?
A similar argument came up at GRE today.
Really?
Yeah, it was talking about a Native American artist. She was Native American, but she got taught by the Europeans how to like use European techniques, like perspective and stuff. So she wasn't considered like a Native American artist. But people argue against that she is a Native American artist, even though she's using those techniques. She's drawing different things. Like she's not drawing what a European would draw. She's drawing what a Native American would draw, just using that technique.
Okay.
So it's debatable. Like some people won't like. It's very debatable.
Exactly.
But I think it's all with your like. If your end goal aligns with something, that's what matters. Not the technique you use, how you go about it.
I heard your boy Sarah Suit say this man was trying to talk about the Bible and talk bad about it.
Bad about it?
Yeah, bad about it. This one, some guy he listened to, but
well,
this man said, you know, the Bible say thou shalt not kill. But Moses, when he was in Egypt, he went down and killed an Egyptian right before he got the law. I mean, what kind of God is that? Have you kill somebody and then come give you a law saying thou shalt not kill?
That's because that brother there evidently is unlearned.
Unlearned, go ahead.
Because all of the Israelites took up stones and stoned many of their own brethren and sisters.
Amen.
For being disobedient.
Yes, sir.
Which mean they killed.
Well,
left them from dead.
Yes, sir.
Took their dead body and threw it without the city. Just like you have to take that dead body and throw it.
That's all right, boy. That was a good analogy, man.
Yeah, man. That's
how you do it.
That's how you gotta do it. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He unlearned, so.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was a great point.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, thou shalt not kill is one thing, but when it's, I think that's like premeditated, basically murder. You know what I'm saying? But like the Most High had, like Doc brought up, how the Most High had the Israelites go into a country, into Israel, and kill all the Canaanites. Okay? But he just told them thou shalt not kill. So again, it's like, I mean, go ahead.
I just want to say this: the stupidity, because it just seemed more stupid as I.
Now hold on, who you talking about?
Well, I'm just telling you.
You talking about City?
Yeah, it's just the fact that, you know what I'm saying, they always talking about kill the Peckerwood.
Yeah.
Kill the white man. Now, if they was gonna start a revolution, they killed the Peckerwood. That's fine. Let's say they destroyed the whole government. Now, once they rebuilt a new government, I'm pretty sure in their laws they're gonna have thou shalt not kill as well, as you should not kill your neighbor or whatnot, because
after they just killed to get possession.
Yeah, after they just killed the, you know what I'm saying. So that don't even make no sense. He probably wasn't even thinking about what he
He
said.
don't look at how
before.
America got, if you kill somebody while you going to jail, then they go to war and kill.
Yeah, and they go to war and kill up a
So,
whole
I mean,
bunch
you
of
gotta
people.
look at the killing in context, I guess, of
Exactly.
the government, you know what I mean, instruction.
Exactly.
But what I was more concerned with is how Moses got away with killing.
Oh,
And the right, is there a righteous
murder.
murder?
Even in their eyes, it's righteous. If you just listen to those brothers talk, they gonna tell you that yeah, we need to righteously kill the white man. They gonna say that.
Yeah.
So
As far as, I mean, I can't just put, like, that's just stupidity to think a whole race of people need to be killed because they white.
of course,
That-
That's what he think? Like all white people need
Yeah, well, he thinks the white man is evil, so
pretty much.
they
That's
all
what
need to
he
be
said.
exterminated so black people can be free. This is how we think.
Yeah, you got a lot of those cats that
But
think that mindset.
You got some white folks that gonna treat you better than some of
Yeah.
the niggas that you gonna let live.
mhm.
They gonna be a thorn in your ass.
That's
Exactly.
right.
And that's what now not all of them that's, you know what I'm saying, in that community claim that same ideology or whatnot, but
Mhm.
Is the community?
it's a community.
Is it a
Yeah.
community?
I mean, well, what they call the conscious community or
Oh, the
whatnot,
conscious
for
community. Yeah.
people with different you know what I'm saying, ideologies of
Bunch of niggas who say they
Identity.
basically got the answer for the plight of the black man.
exactly.
Yeah. With like, I mean, yeah, I didn't want to get too much into setting, man. But what I did want to do is review the chapter
Okay.
because I forgot where we left off.
Relative form.
The two poles of
Two
expression.
poles, there you go.
So can anybody name besides the teacher what is social necessary labor time?
Social necessary labor time is the labor time. Social necessary labor time. Necessary. It's the labor time. Social necessary labor time. It's the labor time that's necessary for society
To
to continue to run in the form of that society.
I didn't hear the last part, but yeah, to make a commodity.
Make it
Produce
commercial.
an object of
Yeah.
certain utility.
It's a production, okay.
So it's basically the labor time required to produce any use value.
Use
Okay.
mhm.
Socially necessary labor time. Okay. And like you said, it's based on society and the time it takes for society as a whole to make the product
On average.
on average.
Hmm.
How does the labor process, or in what does the labor process become objectified?
The title of the
what
chapter.
How does the labor
process becomes
objectified? Meaning, what shows the labor?
Just shows the labor.
What object shows the labor?
The commodity.
Yes. Okay. That's how the labor becomes objectified in the commodity.
Okay.
Now, just a random question about sin. Okay.
Okay.
Can if you're economically illiterate,
Okay.
or like I talk to a lot of people who read the Bible and don't know nothing about economics. So, if you're economically illiterate,
Mm-hmm.
could you possibly be sinning?
You're economically illiterate?
Or if you don't know
Yeah.
economics,
I mean, I
are there ways you could still sin?
if you don't
If you
know
could say,
it,
man, I read the Bible and I know all the commandments, this and the third, and I keep all of them, but you lack understanding in economics,
I guess you would
could you still sin?
you would lack understanding in the law.
If you lack understanding in economics.
If you don't understand the economic portion of the law, if you don't understand what is dealing with what it means towards economics, because a lot of people who read and study the law don't understand necessarily that the law still applies to economics.
Yeah.
So they might write that part off altogether and don't really think about or put too much focus on it.
So you saying you could?
That you could say?
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you could read every commandment, statute in the Bible and understand it, but still not understand economics.
Well, if you don't understand economics, you might not understand the laws that you're reading about.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Huh?
That was it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think if you read these laws and truly understand them, then you'll truly begin to understand economics. Like, the reason I say that is because, I mean, economics is just a system of how wealth is managed. Right?
Yeah.
So if you look at how wealth should be managed according to these laws, then you will understand the economics of God, in a sense, in a more specific way. Because we can say understand the economics,
Yeah.
but economics is a general term. What are your economics?
Exactly.
Will be more definitive.
Well, even understanding economics as a whole, as far as the economics that, are directing your life, like the capitalist mode of production, for example. If you don't understand that, and you think you could follow what God says and still live the capitalist mode of production life. Okay, I'm just talking about the economics that affect your daily life. Could you still be a capitalist and follow God?
No.
The thing is
No,
this.
not even a little bit.
This is what I think. I think the reason why that happens is because a lot of times when we look at the laws and the commandments, we still look at it in terms of religion. And
break it down, brother.
And when we look at it in terms of religion, we look at it in terms of individuality, individual spirituality. It's like a lot of people say they don't have a religion, they have a spirituality. Instead of looking at a body of laws to govern a group of people.
They look at it, and that's a bad thing. Because that's one thing I read in this book that I'm reading, that people look at the gospel as individual, and it's not individual, it's social.
Exactly.
Like she said, I think it's something about in here they was talking about. I don't remember that point word for word, but it said, instead of people think they can just free themselves individually, but the gospel is freedom for a whole society, basically. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, like you said, people got to get out of that spell that religion is just for me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess that's how you start out, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to start out correcting yourself before you can correct others, you know what I'm saying?
But this is one thing that I'm looking at, though. Because, like, with the church, I understand that, of course you got to correct, but in a sense, even that is kind of, in a sense, religious in a sense.
What's that?
What do you mean the church?
The
church? Or you talking about society's church?
When you say, well, you got to correct yourself, the thing is, I understand exactly what you're saying about that, but if we look at it into an individual term, it's just like in effect where when those new believers came into the church, okay, they was governed by the group, the laws, right? The laws and the commandments.
Yeah.
So they said, now, what laws are we gonna put upon them that they have to abide by?
Mm-hmm.
So they said, well, we're not gonna put all such and such and such and such on them. We're gonna put off these bare minimum laws
Exactly.
for them to start with. Hello?
One thing I had read
What time is it?
a couple of verses.
Okay, pretty soon.
But yeah, I don't think that you could be a
Okay.
capitalist
Alright.
and
Okay.
ignorant to what
Alright.
the process
Well,
of capitalism does to your brother.
So hold on, you saying, and I'm not talking capitalism as far as we understand capitalism, like a bourgeois. You talking about capitalist mindset. You can't have a capitalist mindset and understand the scriptures. That's what you're saying.
I ain't gonna say you can't understand it. You can't have a capitalist mindset and a capitalist way of living and say you living according to the law, statutes, and commandments.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm just gonna read a couple of texts. In Leviticus 19 and 13, he said that thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. In the capitalist mode of production, you're dealing with exploitation, which is robbery, because the worker is working. You paying the worker for so much amount of hours, then you not paying them for the other amount. You understand? And that you defraud him.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That exploitation. When you talking about earlier the surplus value, which is basically unpaid labor. That's a defraud. So he said, "Thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him," because at the same time as robbing him of what he had worked for. He said, "The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning." Meaning you need to pay that man
That day.
That day. In the capitalist mode of production, we know that we all get paid what? At the end of a week. That's unlawful according to the scripture.
Exactly.
Then Deuteronomy 24:15 say, "Thou shalt not oppress an hired servant that is poor and needy, whether he be of thy brethren or thy strangers that are in thy land within thy gates. At his day thou shalt give him his hire, neither shall the sun go down upon it, for he is poor and setteth his heart upon it, lest he cry against thee unto the Lord, and it be sin unto thee." So just the fact of you being even a capitalist and you got workers, and you give them a check at the end of the week,
right.
that's sin.
Exactly.
But see, now one thing we gotta look at with that is that that's also talking about, like I'm telling you, like we understand that this current society that we live in is it's opposite. It's
Contrary
to that. Yeah.
Exactly. So,
but
the thing is, what I'm trying to say is that this is not for this society. It's for the people who's willing to be governed by those group of laws.
Exactly.
So in other words, what I'm saying is, it's just like those people. We know this society is what they're not gonna follow those laws. So those laws are not for the people of the American people.
I wasn't.
But those laws are for those who are willing to be governed by them laws.
Exactly. But I wasn't saying that. I'm just saying for an individual. Like say I'm keeping. Oh, I'm following God. Okay.
Right.
But I'm finna set up a business. Okay.
Yeah, he's talking for somebody who doesn't confess
I'm
with
not
their
talking
mouth.
about society.
This person
this
doesn't confess
country.
with their mouth. Okay.
I'm talking about people who confess with their mouth. Okay. I follow Christ. But then again, I'm gonna set up a business, or it don't even have to be a business. We can break it down to a little. I'm selling shirts. Okay. But like we broke down when we first started getting into economics. I get a shirt for
sell it for 10.
$5 and sell it for 10.
That's the fraud.
That's the fraud. You understand what I'm saying? But a lot of people who read the Bible think that's natural, and they don't understand. Do you believe that's a sin? If I get a shirt for $5 and sell it for 10, do you believe that's a sin?
You would have to understand.
Hold on, because he just said they think it's natural. Now Marx just told you how the economists say that this way of life is natural. So they've been taught.
That's true.
That is natural. Go ahead.
Exactly.
You have to understand the inner workings of economics.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. In order to obey that law and not to defraud your brother. So you do have to understand economics.
Exactly.
To abstain from sin.
Right.
Or take a few extra steps. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But then, even so more, like, that's right. But the people will have to, one thing that I think that keep us in that mind state is I think that we don't, we're still governing ourselves with the ways of this society. And we're looking at it as a religion instead of understanding it as, like, just people in general. That's how they look at it. Like, for instance, you have these group of people following the laws and commandments.
Yeah.
But the people, we don't even consider that, well, if this is a whole new kingdom, a different civilization and system, where this system got its own laws, so it has to have its own economical system as well. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, we automatically think, just how y'all was saying, that this economical system that we in is natural. It's a natural thing to sell something and get surplus off of it. It's a natural thing for us to exploit one another without even thinking about it. Well, this is exploitation.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll say because we're in this society, you know what I'm saying, it's okay because it has been widely accepted as being okay.
I think I see what you're saying, and I think that will come through a process of education. Meaning, like when somebody from Pharisee they want to follow Jesus, do such and such, and we start learning and say they was learning with us, and we started to show them that, okay, the way the economic structure is set up, if you want to truly follow the Messiah, that's sin according to them.
That's the only way you can actually, through process of education.
Through process of education. So, I mean, as long as, I don't know, like, I know Jesus told the Pharisees, he said, since they see, they don't have a cloak for their sin. But he said, they said they did not see, then they would have a cloak. I guess an excuse or a cover, that's what a cloak is. So I give God to judge every man according to, you know, what was true in his heart. Like if a man start believing on Jesus, right? But God never just gave him the understanding of that economic system, and he just put it all together. But this man had a heart. Will give you anything. Like he wasn't selfish at all.
Exactly.
He just lived how he lived because he never understood the economic wickedness of capitalism. But like I said, at the same time, this man was generally giving. He'll house you, clothe you, feed you. But he never just got out of the capitalist mode of production, but just because he never seen the Lord never showed him to understand. Like I think that man would be justified in the knowledge that he did have.
Exactly, because the scriptures also say, to whom much is given,
much is required.
So
we ain't gonna have that.
Exactly.
We stay like this, we gonna have to pay, son.
Exactly.
It's better to not have seen.
Exactly. It's better to not
have known, and you know what I'm saying, than to know
and don't do.
Man, that's what it say. So we need to stop we can put these books down. So one was you required.
For real. That's what somebody who what's the word for them type of people? Because I don't want to see it, man. I just want to keep celebrating this. I want to keep doing this.
They feel justified.
Exactly.
If I
don't see it, I'm good.
Now I won't feel. My conscience won't bear witness.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I enjoy learning, man.
That's true.
Ain't nothing like learning and doing right.
Now, what about this one scripture? I don't know if y'all seen it, but Never mind, I thought I was gonna get the description of that. But it was just tripping me out because they was talking about it on with the whole GMS guys. Did y'all see that? Did you see it?
How the hell am my page read, man?
I ain't see it. That man been studying, man, got notes
No, I first got in it. I was breaking it down, boy. It say a thing can be use value without being of value. You understand what that is?
Yeah.
A thing could be a use value
And not be a commodity.
and not be a commodity. One thing I got right there is air.
Oh.
But air is a commodity. How do you think people go deep sea fishing?
it. By the air.
By the air. You understand what I'm saying? So air is a commodity. I wasn't thinking about that.
They have created a need for somebody to have to buy air.
Yeah, you know.
Occupation. We were just exploring the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said
First
that.
So, moral of the story, if you don't understand, then you have a cloak. But if you do understand, there's no excuse.
Well, you have a cloak if you're still doing right in your heart. You know, if your heart is right and you're doing right, because everybody knows right from wrong. Okay? Everybody knows right from wrong. So if you're doing right and it's in your heart to do right, like the Most High, or like John, should I say, said, love covers a multitude of sins. So, as long as you have that love in your heart and you don't know, you know, I mean, like I said, Christ is a righteous judge. He gonna judge you right. You understand what I'm saying? According to what your heart is.
Cause I believe in that context when he was talking about that quote, he said, because they say they see, they ain't got no cloak. So if you professing
that you don't.
Yeah, I know. I done seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. You ain't got no excuse then.
Or if you've been shown, hey, yeah, or you've been shown, look, man, and you just denying it, even though you understand it. Like, look, you shouldn't defraud. You shouldn't be having these people staying there and paying rent to you. This, that, and the third. Especially when they poor. And you know that, but you continue to do it. You saying you understand, basically.
So you continue to do that knowing that these people, just look at it, they renting from you. That means they'll never be in a position of ownership, which nobody is, because y'all got to pay tax. But at the same time, you exploiting these people who poor, charging them rent for something that's already paid off. You done already probably paid off the house, and you charging people to stay there. You just pocketing money. You understand? These people fall on hard times. You put them out because they can't pay. But they done paid you $10,000 over the years in rent. But now all of a sudden they on hard times. You put them out. They have nothing really to show for that thing. They just don't put money in your pocket. You just an exploiter. Basically, usury, you can gain interest off property that you usually purchase. And you can even purchase that by somebody else's money. You buy a spot, rent it out. The renters basically pay it off when you deal with real estate. And then once the renters who actually stand in and pay off, they don't got nothing to show for it. So they done purchased this house for you, basically. And now everything after that is just surplus in your pocket. Well, all of it is surplus because you got a house and you got money coming in. And these people ain't got nothing. And like I said, you can put them out at any time. Family. You sliding out there?
Bill, drop the book, man.
Huh? Why can't I take this book, man?
Drop the book. You don't want that.
So yeah, once things been revealed to you, man, you ain't got no excuses as to why.
Yeah. Once you know it, hey, you better do it. If you don't,
you remain ignorant. But that ain't no way to be in.
So ain't, but some people want to be in it.
The Lord said, my people are destroyed
for a lack
of
knowledge.
And remember, people always charge you for what you don't know. You always got to pay. Like most of the time when somebody come over fixing the sink or doing some electricity, such and such, it can be a 10-minute job. They're not paying you for how long it takes. They're paying you because your ass didn't know. No, seriously. what you mean.
Yeah, it does sound like somebody game banging outside.
That's just some college students out there.
They be out there late night.
Mm-hmm.
They be 4 in the morning.
That's some of
man.
your friends over there?
Yeah, they probably late night. Hey, you ain't with the African American organization? You don't, they didn't accept you, huh? You're not black enough.
I've been to a few of their programs over the years, but a lot of it's all the same thing. People talk about the same stuff. Some part of NAACP, they talk about the same stuff. Passover and stuff.
Y'all not gonna believe this. I know this girl. She got an award from the NAACP for no reason at all, just for being black. It was like, but she was mixed though, but she got an award in the medal.
That's like Obama getting the Nobel Peace Prize for no reason.
Why did they say it? Why did they say they gave it to him?
Probably
Because of his speeches about talking about
The-
peace.